to... Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Last week I posted a poll in my community tab on what videos you guys would like to see and which ones you'd find most interesting, and most people said they wanted to see a what I spend in a week video, so that is what I'm going to do. Today is Sunday, September 1st. I will show you guys what I spend every day from now until Saturday, September 7th. So a full week of spending. I'm trying to be low spend in general. I guess low spend life, but specifically a low spend September. It might be a little tricky this month because we are traveling to Colorado to visit family, but most of that's already paid for, so I do think that it will be relatively low spend this month. The main goal is that I am trying to pay off my credit card and my car loan as quickly as I can. So in order to do that, I am cutting back. I'm trying to cut back on other spending, unnecessary spending. So that's kind of the whole thing with tracking my spending. I did feel like it would be interesting to show you guys, like actually go through the week with you guys and show you what I spend in a week. One, to help keep me accountable, and two, it kind of helps see like the thought process that goes through my mind when I am buying stuff. So hopefully this will, one, keep me accountable, maybe deter me from actually spending money on something if I don't need it, and two, just it's like kind of eye-opening to see like how somebody goes through the process of deciding what to purchase and what not to purchase. Today is Sunday the 1st. I don't know if you guys want this information or not. I think it is kind of interesting, but it is the 1st of the month, so I did pay my rent, and that is $850. I don't know if people want that kind of like what I spend in a week or not, but I do think it's interesting to include that. So maybe at the end I'll do like bills versus like extra spending, but I did pay our rent, which was $850. I did buy us coffee and breakfast this morning, and that was $15. Usually on the days that we go get groceries, we just like to go get a coffee and a bagel at like Dunkin' Donuts, and it's just something that we enjoy doing together. Usually I end up paying for that, mostly because I'm the one who has like the Dunkin' app. That was $15. Usually what I do is reload it onto my app so that way I get the points, and then I didn't spend the whole 15, so I do now still have enough on there to get another coffee. So sometimes I do that where I like preload money on there, and then knowing that like I'll probably get a coffee at some point this week and that will cover that. So $15 there. And then groceries, how I usually track this is, we are married now, but we only got married like 2 months ago, so we are still trying to figure out what the best way is to combine our finances. We do both put money into an account for groceries right now. So usually what I do to track this, just because kind of makes sense in my head, I take whatever the total was for groceries and divide it by 2, because that was technically like my portion of the groceries, but we just put all of our money for the groceries in a separate account, if that makes any sense. My portion of the groceries was $52.74, so our total was about $105. We get groceries every Saturday or Sunday. This weekend is a long weekend, so we decided to do it on Sunday. We get groceries once a week. We try to stick to under $125, so we did pretty good this week. We didn't need too much, and then my husband is going to be gone for 2 days, so we just kind of try to make do with what we have. And then I also like to plan our meals where some of the stuff can be used for multiple things. One little like splurge purchase, I guess, was we did stop at TJ Maxx because I really needed a new notebook. It's funny because now that I think about it after the fact, it's like I could have just gotten a cheap one at Walmart for like $1.99 or like 99 cents or whatever, but something about like a nice stationery, like a nice notebook, just is important to me. So I did buy a notebook, and then I bought this shaker for my sister-in-law because she's turning 30 next month, and I just want to send her a couple things for her birthday. So I did get those 2 things at TJ Maxx. Again, it's funny now that when I look back at my purchases, it's like I could have saved like an extra $5 if I had just bought like a cheaper notebook, but I'm also just a girl and I like cute little pink notebooks, so my total for the day, if I include the rent, is $938.92. If I don't include rent, it is $88.92 that was spent today. I think what I'll do at the end of the week is kind of go through which ones were bills, subscriptions, anything like that, which was like necessities like groceries, gas, etc., and then what was extra wants versus needs kind of spending. So I think that's how I'll break it down at the end. Hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope it's interesting, and hopefully I don't spend too much money this week. A little update on what I've spent so far this week. Yesterday was Monday and it was Labor Day, so I didn't really film anything, but we also didn't do anything. We did go to Dunkin' Donuts. I did end up putting $5 more onto my Dunkin' Donuts rewards app because I didn't have quite enough to pay for what I was getting still left on my, like, in the app, because like typically, like I said before, I'll reload some money on there and then it will last me like 2 or 3 times before I need to reload money, but I did have to reload another $5 on there yesterday. I got a coffee and a bagel, and I tried the loaded hash browns, which those were really good actually. And then today is Tuesday. I had to go back to work today and I did need to get a tank of gas, so that was $32.42 to fill my tank, and unfortunately that really only lasts me 2 days, so I will be getting gas again this week. Also, my Hulu subscription came out of my account and that was $7.99. So far this week, not too bad, I don't think. I am again trying really hard not to spend any extra money. This week is technically, like, I get paid bi-weekly, so this is the second week of the pay period, so this is where things get a little dicey anyway, because we're running out of funds here before we get paid on Friday. I do a pretty good job in my notes app of keeping track of what I have left to spend, and as of right now I have about $76 left, like unaccounted for, that I can spend until Friday. So a little bit of that will be gas, as I mentioned, so I'm budgeting around $32 to fill my tank again, which leaves me with about $44 to spare. The thing is, I don't want to spend that. Like, if I don't spend that, it's even better, because then I can put that towards my debt or savings or whatever. So I try my best, like, not to spend that. Like, just because I have $44 to spend doesn't mean I need to spend it or have to spend it. So that's kind of how it works in my head. Anyway, that is what I've been spending so far this week, and I'll see you guys either tomorrow or the next day for another little update. Today is Wednesday and I've spent $13.02 today because I needed to stop and get packing tape, and obviously while I was there I got myself a little drink, but I got the packing tape because I needed to pack up some returns. I'm returning 3 things that's gonna be like $88, so I'm still profiting. I'm just kidding, I'm not profiting anything. But I needed the tape in order to ship back some stuff and make some of my money back. Truly, honestly, the goal is just to not buy any clothes, because I really don't need any. I have a closet full of clothes. I don't need any clothes. I did need the scrubs. I bought scrubs last week. I did need those, but that's for work, so it's different. So only $13.02 today. I know that tomorrow is gonna be probably a little expensive because I do have to pay my car insurance. I think I need to get gas tomorrow in the morning, but a lot of this stuff is built into my budget, such as gas and like car insurance, rent, all the main bills and stuff, like subscriptions even. That's all like built into my budget that I am accounting for. It's really just things like this $13 for tape that wasn't really accounted for, or the notebook that I bought. But again, so far I've actually done pretty good this week spending wise for myself, which is pretty good. Honestly, maybe I should do these videos every single week so that I can keep track of what I'm spending and keep myself accountable, That makes sense. This is just because I'm blabbering right now, but one of my main goals in the next, actually probably this weekend, where I'm away next weekend, but one of my really big goals is to go through and sell some stuff that I'm not using, because I feel like I have a lot of things that I could sell and make probably like $1,000. I'm not even joking. I have a ton of clothes that I need to get listed on Poshmark, and I'm just lazy, and like I just keep putting it off, and then other things seem to be more important to do with my time, which is true. And everything is a matter of like priority. So like I just choose to spend my time doing other things rather than like sit and list those clothes on Poshmark. So I really do need to do that, because I have a couple items that I think would sell pretty quickly and also are like good items that would be worth a good amount of money. I also have this camera that I want to sell because I just got my new camera, and I think I could probably get, honestly I might try to sell for like 500 because I have the camera. I would sell it with 3 batteries, the battery charging pack, and then also I think I might include the memory card because I'm not sure I really need it anymore. I do also have a very old laptop. Like I would probably only sell that for like $200, but still that's $200 that I don't have. And if I could sell all of this and get $600, $800, that would be so amazing, and like just put that towards my credit card and be that much closer to paying that off. So anyway, that was just like a random thought that I really need to just do that. I will see you guys tomorrow to see what I spend tomorrow. Again, it will probably be a lot, but we'll get there when we get there, okay? It is now Thursday. I am just like mentally done with this week, if I'm being honest, but it's okay. Tomorrow is Friday, it's payday, and my schedule at work does not look that bad. So we're trucking along through this week. Let's get into what I spent today. As I mentioned yesterday, today definitely was a little more on the expensive side, but I did know this. So I did have to pay my car insurance today, which I knew, and that came to $169.46, which I know my car insurance definitely is pricey, and I've tried looking at other options, but I think that this is literally just the best option for me because I do drive a lot for work currently. So this has to do with like my yearly average miles, and I drive a lot. To buy gas this morning on the way to work, and that was $29.52. The only reason I fill it like every 2 days basically is so that I can make it the next 2 days without filling my tank. Like I still had 120 miles, but I like to fill it so I can make it like 2 full days without filling it again, if that makes any sense, which it probably doesn't, but in my mind it does. Like it just makes sense for me to get gas like twice a week before it's like near empty or at empty, and that way too I just know where like there's a gas station right by me that I like to use before I get on the highway to go to work. So it all just like makes sense to me. The other expense that I had today was cat litter. So I have 2 cats, so every 2 weeks I get cat litter delivered, and then every 4 weeks I get cat food delivered, and this is through Amazon. I just have it on like Amazon Subscribe and Save because it does help save me money, and also it just is super convenient for it to come right to my door. And also it's nice because we have it on a schedule right now where it's exactly like kind of when we need it, so then I'm not, you know, we don't run out of cat litter and then we're like, oh shoot, we like need to go to the store and get it. Now I just have it set in my budget that I know when those are gonna come out as well. So for 2 things of cat litter, it came to $31.46, and that just comes through Amazon. A little expensive today, but again, all 3 of those things actually were either already accounted for in my budget or like necessary, so I'm not upset with this kind of stuff. Again, I'm just really showing what my average expenses are. And anyway, that is what I spent today. Also, after I filmed my little clip yesterday, I got like a sudden burst of motivation to finally start going through my clothes that I was mentioning so I can start selling stuff. And I did list 2 things on Facebook Marketplace that I want to sell, and then I think I'm already gonna be selling one of them tomorrow. It was like a little Polaroid camera. Anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. I also will post my normal like paycheck breakdown video, and that goes into a little more in depth of like exactly how I budget my paychecks. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Okay guys, it is Friday, thank God. Yeah, the only thing that I spent today was as I mentioned, I get cat food and cat litter auto delivered. So I did, the cat litter already got taken out, but today the cat food charge came through, so that was $45.29. That is all that I spent today. Tomorrow is Saturday, the last day of this little what I spend in a week. Probably will be a little more pricey. We're gonna get our groceries. I am taking some of my clothes. I have this giant pile of clothes. I went through my entire closet and dresser. I am taking some clothes to Plato's Closet to see how much money I can make for some more like wintry clothes, because I feel like that's what they're probably looking for right now. So hopefully I'll actually be able to update you guys with money that I've made this week instead of just money that I've spent this week. And I also am selling this Polaroid camera hopefully tomorrow. She was gonna come today, but she's gonna come tomorrow, and I'm selling that for like $50. So I might actually do really, really well this week and make a lot of my money back from selling stuff. So we shall see, but I will keep you updated on that as well, just because it's kind of interesting. I feel that's where I'm at so far this week, and again I will see you guys tomorrow for the final day of this what I spend in a week. It is Saturday. It is the last day of tracking what I spend this week. And honestly, today was a little bit expensive, as I figured, if I'm being honest. Did get coffee and bagels this morning, which is kind of our typical routine on Saturdays. We get up, go get a coffee, bagels, and then go grocery shopping. So usually at least Saturday, I know that I'm gonna spend like $10 to $15 at Dunkin' Donuts. So today I loaded $10 onto my Dunkin' app. That pretty much covered everything. I did have a free coffee reward. Then we got groceries, and we did a really good job on groceries this week because we really only need food for like Monday through Thursday, and we don't even need dinner on Thursday because we are traveling on Friday and we're staying over in a hotel on Thursday by the airport. So we really don't need that much for the week. So we kind of cut back on things. I hate having like a fridge full of stuff when we're like leaving, even though we're only gone for like 4 days. But as I mentioned, I think at the beginning of this, because we did groceries on Sunday, last weekend, what I usually do is take the total amount and divide it by 2 for like my portion of the groceries, because we do both contribute to the grocery fund and we have a grocery account. But then in order to like, or to kind of make sense on like what portion of the groceries was mine, I usually just divide it by 2. So my portion of the groceries was $39.27. So that means we really only spent like $78, I think, on groceries. So that was pretty good. Then I did also get gas again. So this isn't like typically what I would do, but we just happened to be stopping at the gas station to like get some snacks and drinks and stuff. So I was like, oh, why don't we just fill up my gas tank today, because I'm not gonna leave the house probably at all tomorrow. And then I would normally get gas Monday morning before work, like on my way. But if I get it now, that saves me from having to get up a little bit extra early, stop at the gas station on Monday morning, because I probably would also have forgotten until I got in the car on Monday morning. So I did get, long story short, I did get gas. I spent a lot of money on gas this week. So I spent another $31.05 on gas. Yeah, I did get gas 3 times this week, but technically this tank that I got is for next week because I won't be driving until Monday morning. And then, as I mentioned, I just wanted to get like a couple drinks, because I'm like a carbonated beverage girly. So I got a couple drinks and like a snack at the gas station, and that was $11.15. So kind of expensive today. Total was $91.47. I did also go to Plato's Closet today, drop off some clothes. I had so many clothes. They took a bunch of stuff. I made $87 at Plato's Closet from selling clothes, and then I also just sold that little like Polaroid camera, and I got $50 for that. So This week I did make $137, so that was pretty cool. And I did finally go through and list all the rest of my clothes, one of my other cameras. I am trying to get rid of some stuff. Last thing I'm gonna do is go through, add up everything that was bills and subscriptions, anything that was like necessary spending, like the gas, groceries, things like that, and then anything that was unnecessary spending, and then also just the total in general. Grand totals for this week, for bills, subscriptions, things like that, car insurance, that came to $1,027.45. But again, that was because that includes my rent, so obviously that is like one of my biggest expense. As far as needs, that came to $261.75. That was including the cats, groceries, gas. So those are all things that I do regularly budget for at the beginning of the month, so I'm not shocked by these expenses. And then for wants, I actually only spent $79.79, and that was things on like coffee, drinks, TJ Maxx. I'm not upset with that. I think that that is a really good number for me, especially because I tend to overspend and just like buy a lot of stuff. And then also on top of that, as I mentioned, I did make back $137. Very happy with how this week went overall, and I feel like tracking and filming myself is definitely helpful. So if we add that all up, it does come to $1,368.99 for the week, which that number seems scary, to be honest, like for 1 week. But again, this is the first week of the month. A lot of my larger expenses were in this pay period in this week, so maybe I'll do another week in the future and we'll see what that looks like versus the first of the month. But again, if we really take a look at like my spending this week, it was really only about $80, which is pretty good. Then I did forget if I mentioned I made a payment towards my car loan as well this week, because I was trying to remember if I was including some of that stuff in this or not, because I feel like this is more about like what I'm spending in a week on like wants outside of like regular expenses. But anyway, I did put $200 towards my car loan, so if we include that, my weekly spending was $1,568.99. Overall, I think this was a good week. I enjoyed filming myself and tracking it this way. I do always track what I spend. If you guys enjoyed this video, comment down below, let me know if you want to see more videos like this, if you enjoyed the way that I did it, if you just want to know about the extra spending, if you want to know about all the bills and stuff, like let me know what your thoughts are. Yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. I thought it was really fun. I will see you guys in the next video.